I plan my station, my center, and I always know that I'm going to be doing vocab at the beginning of the week, and then the second half of the week I am doing a skill or strategy that we're working on for that week. So I plan for each individual station and I was going to say and differentiate for my center, for all of my centers for the week.
Well, I think in the beginning too, I think it took a lot more of us sitting down and talking about, okay, what skill are we going to focus on this week? But now at this point in the year, we've kind of gotten to, okay, this is what we're working on, and we just kind of, we plan together on the skill, but we kind of get our own resources and what we're actually going to be working on. We do that kind of separately now.
And I make sure, we just make sure we are differentiating for our own centers. I plan for the high and the low and in between. As the special ed teacher, I'm not just the only one that differentiates. She differentiates as well. So
we take a vocab quiz every Friday. It's on Google Classroom, so they get that immediate feedback. It grades it for them. And then I think through our stations throughout the week, that's where we kind of collect data to see, okay, this group needs more of main idea, or this group needs more of whatever particular skill. But as a whole group, everybody takes a vocab quiz on Friday.
We group the students based off their MAP scores, and they really have just changed about twice. They took the MAP earlier in the fall, and I guess maybe we have probably changed the groups maybe 3 times, because at the very beginning they hadn't taken the MAP test, and we kind of put them in groups, and based on what we thought, based on their skill level in reading. And after the MAP test, we decided to regroup them again based on their skill level, and also based on some students leave halfway through class to go to resource reading with a special ed teacher. So we wanted to make sure we each day got to see those students who would be leaving to go to resource. And then we just recently had another MAP test, so we decided to regroup the students again based on whether they had grown or not, and again, they're based on their skill level.
We changed them too based on, behavior and, kids who get along better in a different group. So some of them are, even the skill level within the group is a wide variety. So.
I think it really helps that we like each other and we can laugh on the hard days and we cheer each other on, and I feel like our communication is very good. I feel like neither one of us feel afraid to say anything. I'm like, I don't like what we're doing today. She's like, me either. This is not working. We're just not, we try to make each other feel comfortable, I think, to be able to express our thoughts and opinions.
I think the biggest barrier we've had to overcome is that for me, I had never taught stations. I had never done really this co-teach model. So I think in the beginning, I think I was making it a lot harder than it needed to be. But just kind of watching other people who have done it before, and just kind of jumping right in and saying, okay, this isn't working, scratch it, try something else. But I think just it being a new concept was probably the biggest barrier.
Early on, we had decided that explicit vocabulary instruction was important. So we decided that would be something good for me to do at the beginning of the week. And then and at first I actually was teaching that the entire week, and it just seemed like too much. So we decided that I would do that, and that the second half of the week I could touch on the skill or the strategy that we would be working on.
On Monday and Tuesday will read the weekly story, and then we'll just kind of discuss, and then Wednesday, Thursday I spend doing some particular skill. Whether it has to do with the story or not just kind of depends on the week. Just kind of whatever the kids are needing that day. So.
In my group, what I do is a lot of times I'll use the Reading Wonders curriculum and the certain skill or strategy we're working on, like if we're finding the main point of the article, I might look at on Reading Wonders, it has differentiation, it has those who are not quite reaching the level, and I'll use that for my students who may be struggling with that skill. And then the ones who are beyond level, we also have that where it's maybe a little bit more complicated and the questioning is more advanced. And I also use different questioning strategies for the different groups, the levels of higher order thinking.
We kind of followed the Reading Wonders curriculum, but I think we're also not afraid to say, well, we didn't really accomplish this skill this week. We need to do another week of this skill. So
Yes.
we're pretty flexible in.
Yeah, or they're still struggling. We need to maybe go back. I mean, again, that's like using our data. Like, what is it showing us? What are the kids showing us when we question them in the groups? I feel like that's kind of how we do that.
Yeah. Purple group, there is a worksheet in your colored folder. Okay, what is your story that we've been reading this week? What is that story about? Do y'all remember? Yeah, the oil spill. So you all are going to do a web quest about the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. The link is on Google Classroom, so just click it, okay? Technology, you all are going to watch a Brain Pop video on gas and oil. That link is also on Google Classroom. The username and password are also on there, okay? You need to watch that twice and take the quiz. If you get less than an 80, you need to retake it or watch the video again. Okay, so we're gonna learn just a really quick way to take notes while you read. Okay, so these are just symbols that you can use while you're reading to make note of things that you find are important. So I want you to look at the part that says mark it up. Right here, right here. We're looking at this. Okay, so you're gonna number each paragraph first. Now, a lot of the passages that you all get, Jolene and Layla. A lot of the passages that you all get, the paragraphs are already gonna be numbered, but you need to know how to do it just in case they're not. So how do you tell when a paragraph is starting? It what? Okay, yeah, it starts with a capital letter, but what else? How do you begin a new paragraph?
There's a space.
Okay, there's a, what do you call that space though? An indention, okay? So you're gonna look for the indentions inside this passage, okay? So where does paragraph number 1 start? What does it say? Would you eat crickets for dinner? So you're gonna put a 1 right by that sentence.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, where does the second paragraph start? You got it? You okay?
Right here at first.
Where it says first off, everybody see that? Okay, so you're gonna put a number 2. Where does the third paragraph start?
Right. Second.
Where it says second, good.
Third.
And then where does the fourth paragraph start?
Third.
Where it says third. Okay, so how many paragraphs total do you have? 4. Okay, good. Okay. So that's the only one of these that you're gonna do before you even start reading, okay? If you have a passage that you look and you see, oh, the paragraphs are already numbered, just skip that part, okay? All right, so this part right here that's kind of hard to read, that should say underline main, yep, underline main ideas. Okay, so you need to go ahead and write that in. I guess when I sent it to the printer, it didn't quite. Okay, so underline main ideas. Right here. It just kind of got cut off when it was printing. Just write underline main ideas and then draw a line out to the side. There you go. You got it. What does it tell you on the directions on Google Classroom? It tells you at the bottom under the link. Got it? Okay. All right, how many of you, before you start reading, you read the questions first? Read the questions first. So this next one where it says important details, if you go back and you read the questions first, when you're reading, you can put a star next to, oh, I think that might be an answer for number 1. That way you can find it quickly instead of wasting time just skimming and trying to search and find the answer, okay? The next one is circle unfamiliar words. Why would you want to circle unfamiliar words?
Because those are words you don't know, so you so you can learn them. Then so you also know what they mean.
Okay, you might have to know what they mean. Okay, someone else can help you understand them, or you could look them up, couldn't you? Right? You could put check marks next to parts you understand. How many of you go back and think, I really didn't read that paragraph very well, very thoroughly? Okay, put question marks next to the parts that you, if you have extra time, I'm gonna go back and reread that. Okay, exclamation mark next to things that you find interesting or surprising. Where would you include things that you find interesting? What part of a reading test could you do that? You could include it in a short answer. Yeah, okay. So things that you find interesting or surprising, you could always somehow find a way to work those into like a short answer and an extended response, right? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna read through this, okay? And while we're reading, I want you to look back at your Mark It Up page. That's why I had you glue them right next to each other. Okay, and if you can make any marks in your passage while we're reading, I want you to do that. And then we're gonna go back and talk about some of the things that you all marked. Okay? Are you with me? Okay. All right. Somebody wanna start reading?
Would you eat chickens for dinner? It might not sound good to you, but around 2 billion people worldwide eat interesting
Insects.
insects. There are many good reasons to do it. First off,
Insects.
insects
Yep.
are really good for you. There are types of protein like wheat, lipids, and turnip.
You got it.
Have more protein than wheat.
Okay, stop there. Is there anything surprising to you in those first 2 paragraphs?
Yes. No.
What?
That over 2 billion people eats insects.
Okay, so if that's surprising to you that 2 billion people worldwide eat insects, what are you going to put next to that sentence? An exclamation mark. Okay, if that's not interesting to you, that's fine. Different things interest different people. But if you find that interesting, you could put an exclamation mark next to it, okay? All right, somebody want to read paragraph 3 for me?
When there's already one.
What?
What if there's only one?
Oh, you can still put it, you can put it on either side. You can put it on the same side that you marked over here.
Second reason, insects cost less and is better for the earth than raising
Yep.
cows and other livestock. Insects take up much less space. They need much less food than water.
Food and water.
Food and water
Uh-huh.
than cows. Also, you can eat more parts of an insect than other animals. Insects also reach their adult size quickly. It does not take much time to raise insects to eat.
Okay, good. So anything that you marked in that paragraph?
I do.
What'd you mark?
That insects don't take a long time to reach.
Okay, that it doesn't take them long to reach their adult size. And how did you mark that? Did you underline it? What'd you do? You underlined it? Okay. All right, good. All right, somebody want to read the 4th one for me? All right, go for it.
Bird. Insects taste good. Many types of insects taste a little nutty. Some kinds of bugs taste like bacon, while others may taste like fish or even fruit. Some insects, such as a mealworm, don't have much taste at all. They pick up flavors of whatever they are cooked with. So, what are you waiting for? I'm not trying to beat it today.
Okay, good. I know.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go through and we're going to answer these 4 questions. Okay, so what does the first one say? What's our first question? Entomology. Okay. All right, Miguel circled that one. All right, can somebody tell me what is that? What is entomology?
It's when we eat insects.
Okay, but how do you know that? Before you write your answer.
I know it from the text.
Okay, but where in the text? Tell me specifically the sentence you found it in.
First paragraph, sentence. Oh, 4.
Okay, in the first paragraph, 4th sentence, it says eating insects is called entomology. Okay, so when you write your answer, I do not want a 2-word answer.
Oh, I know.
Okay, you need to restate it. So how would you restate this question?
According to the text, eating insects is entomology.
Okay, you could say according to the text. How else could you restate it? Jaden, how else could you restate that? Somebody help Jaden out.
You put in.
Yeah, is.
Okay,
so Miguel just restated it by saying entomology is. CJ said, according to the text, entomology is. There's many different ways that you can restate it, okay? You have what? Oh, that's okay. Right underneath the line.
All right, I'm giving each of you 2 papers here. You just need to look at the first one for right now.
Are we reading a story? Yes.
It's not really a story.
Oh, there's 2 papers.
Yes, write your name. You can write your name on both. You just need the first one on top. We don't need to really look at the second one yet.
Can I write my name in cursive?
Malika, it does not matter to me as long as I can read it.
Yeah, you can read my name in cursive. Don't write in chicken scratch. As long as you don't write in chicken scratch.
Hey, I need you to
You're right. You can read
stop. All right. Okay, so today, our WBAT, what does that mean? I will be able to find the main idea in an article, okay? So we're gonna go through this article together and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna write our answers. We're gonna go through this and then I'm going to give you an article for you all to be able to do that yourself. And that's what the second page is for. So you'll have an article you guys are gonna read, maybe with a partner, and then you're gonna have to find the main idea and the details. It's like what you do in writing, but in reverse. You're picking it out, okay? You're picking out the details and the points and the main idea, okay? So, does anyone want to read the first paragraph of this article? Layla, can you make sure you read it loud enough where we can all hear it?
Okay.
And I want you, as you guys are reading, I want you to have your pencils ready so that you can underline if you think you've heard the topic, the main idea, or a detail, okay? All right, you're awake?
This one? Yeah.
Yep. All right, go. So just read the first paragraph, and then Jolene, do you want to read the second one? Okay. Thank you.
I am sure anyone could guess the most popular choice for pets in the world. Most people would say dogs, cats, and fish. But what are some of the more unusual choices for pets? You might be surprised what some people choose for their animal.
Okay.
A tiger.
All right, well, let's just read and see.
Hedgehogs have become very popular as small pet choice. While these cute animals are commonly mistaken for small porcupines, they are actually unrelated. A hedgehog needs lots of attention while they get used to their human, and they need weekly weight checks to be sure they are getting enough crickets in their daily diet.
You want to read the next? Okay.
Another fun choice is the pygmy goat because these goats do not require as much maintenance as a standard goat. Their small size and friendly disposition makes them great pets if you have plenty of room to roam your goat in your yard.
Okay.
These pint-sized goats love
Pint size. I mean small.
Sized goats love people and can be walked on leashes as long as you are prepared to clean up after them.
Yeah. Go ahead.
If you are looking for something that needs care similar to dogs, you will want to check out
A pot-bellied.
These little piggies need plenty of exercise, but can be walked on a leash like a dog to fulfill that need. Pot-bellies are not home.
They're not smelly.
They are large farm relatives, which makes them good indoor pets. They like to be the center of attention, so a home with no other pets or small children is best for this porpoise.
All right. Last. Aiden, do you want to read the last little paragraph? Just.
As you can see, there are many options for pets besides the usual dog, cat, or fish. Do your research and find the perfect unusual pet for your family.
Okay. First of all, I want to know if you all had to pick one of these three, what would you pick for your pet? Did we read about a tiger?
No, I just go for the hedgehog.
So you say pygmy goat or hedgehog?
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog.
I would name him
What?
Sonic and make
Hedgehog.
A tiny
I'm gonna name him Sonic.
I feel like
want a pot-belly pig.
I think so.
Malachi, we have the same idea.
All right, Tegan.
me too.
Which one?
It is Sab.
So what? So you say B. All right. Can you read the answer there?
There are a lot of opinions for pets and some are unusual.
There are a lot of options for pets and some are unusual. Okay, good. Does everyone agree on that one?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, so looking at that first box, what does it say? It says, write one detail that supports your main idea. So what is one detail in there that supported our main idea about unusual pets?
Having a pet is a lot of work, and they all need a lot of care.
All right, what the main idea we said is there are a lot of options for pets and some are unusual. So that we picked, is that yours B or is that C? Okay, because it's a little different here on mine. So B. So make sure you circle B. And you can just mark out the other ones so we're not distracted thinking those are the main idea. Okay, so what is a main idea that supported that? That there are a lot of good pets, even though they're maybe a little unusual. They're not the typical cat, they're not the fish, they're not a dog. So look back at the text. What was a good point there that supports that main idea? I like how you're looking back. Aiden, why don't you look at that second paragraph there, the first point.
Hedgehogs have become very popular as small pets.
Okay, but what does it say about why they're popular?
Because they're small pets.
Because they're mistakenly
Okay, all right, so hedgehogs are a popular small pet. So that's what I would write in the first box. Like you said, she said hedgehogs, and then you said who said that they're small? Was that you too? Okay. So hedgehogs are small. They're not going to crowd you in your home. They're a lot smaller than a big dog. So you need to be writing that. What did we say, Aiden? Hedgehogs are what? Okay. I want you guys to talk with your shoulder partner, figure out the next main point. I would look at that next paragraph. You two, you two, you three, okay? You're gonna look at the one that was about the pygmy goat. Find a good point out of there that supports why some unusual pets are good pets. I would make sure to say something about the pygmy goat. I'm looking for more than just pygmy goat though. What does that mean? Disposition. You're on the one about pygmy goats. Another fun choice is the pygmy goat because these goats do not. What? What does it say about pygmy goats? You two, talk about it.
Pygmy goats.
Jolene, are you helping your partner here? What does it say about pygmy goats? What did y'all decide? Good, perfect. So write that, but make sure you write pygmy goats so we know that that's another point because that's the unusual animal, right?
Make sure that they don't need a lot of meat.
Okay, they don't need a lot of maintenance, but did anybody else find anything different?
They need a lot of room.
You can use a leash.
Did it say anything about them being fun?
Yeah,
What did it say?
I don't know. I just know it says fun.
All right, well, find a point there and write it down, okay? You already told me something, so just go ahead and write that. What?
They love people.
I can't understand what you're
They
saying.
love people.
All right, well then put that. Pygmy goats love people. Good.
You have to have the same.
What?
You have to have the same.
No, you don't have to. I just wanted you guys to discuss. All right, go ahead and go on to that next paragraph about pot-bellied pigs. Why would the pot-bellied pig be a good pet? Look at the paragraph. Look at the one about pot-bellied pigs. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4th. Right.
They need
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like this is 3.8 and we're doing the reverse. We're not writing it, we're picking out the main idea and the details.
They can be
What?
used on a leash.
They're not smelly? Okay, that's a good point.
Used on a leash.
Okay, you can put them on a leash and they're not smelly, so write that down. Are we doing all right over here?
The bad thing
Okay, good.
is
So the next page, once y'all are finished with that, I want you to flip to the next page, right there. And I have an article, which is also about animals, about rats, yes. Why rats make good friends. So you guys,
for snakes. Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna read this to you guys. When I'm reading it, I want you guys to try to figure out the main idea. I want you to try to pick out some. See, look, we got topic, we got main idea, we got detail 1, detail 2, detail 3. You guys, I know you guys are really great at writing 3 points. I want to make sure you can figure out. This is important for what? What did we talk about last week? Look up here. Being able to pick out these things in an article helps us to. Are you with me? Being able to pick out these things in an article helps us to be able to summarize, which is a very important skill. All All right, I'm gonna read this. And
No.
hey, get with me. I'm gonna read it. You guys feel free to underline while I'm reading. You need to be following along, okay? Why rats make good friends. New research shows that rats value pals as much as treats. Rats show human-like kindness in helping their trapped pals, according to new research. Scientists put 2 rats inside a cage. One was placed inside a restrainer, a closed tube with a door that could be pushed open from the outside, but not from the inside. The other rat was able to roam free in the cage. Upon seeing and hearing his struggling trapped companion, the free rat showed signs of distress. Sharing the distress of another is the simplest form of empathy observed in humans and animals. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. But it was the free rat's next move, a complex form of empathy, that surprised researchers. After a few sessions, the free rat learned how to nudge open the tube door and free the other rat. We are not training these rats in any way, says Inbal bin Ami Bartal, a researcher from the University of Chicago. These rats are learning because they are motivated by something internal. It's hard to open the door, but they keep trying and it eventually works. Friends before chocolate? The scientists then placed a second restrainer inside the cage that held a pile of chocolate chips. The free rat could choose to first nudge open the restrainer that held his fellow rat or the one with the chocolate. 50% of the time, the free rat chose to release the trapped rat first. That said to us that essentially helping the cage mate is on par with chocolate, says Peggy Mason, professor of neurobiology at the University of Chicago. He could hog the entire chocolate stash if he wanted to, and he does not. We're shocked. This is the first time that empathy-driven helping behavior has been observed in rodents. Up until now, research had seen this type of behavior only in primates, such as apes. So I am perfectly fine with you guys doing the second half of this first and then going to the summary, okay? So I think it would be easiest for you guys if you start with what is the topic and then what is the main idea and then pick out the details, okay? So what's the topic? Okay. Well, what's the main idea? You don't want your topic and your main idea to be the same. So what's the main idea? Wait, that was the other article.
The article is about
What's it about?
rats. How rats make good friends. Rats about this one rat helping another.
So I would say that the topic, what did you say?
It's about one rat helping a caged rat get out of the cage.
Okay. What was that showing us about rats?
That rats can make good friends.
They can make friends. So the title is Why Rats Make Good Friends. That kind of shows us what this is about. It kind of gives it all, the whole thing away. But you could, for the topic, you could put rats. Or if you want to put Why Rats Make Good Friends, that's fine. But the main idea we need to say is what? What is
The
it?
main idea is
This is not, no.
trace the rat.
That rats are capable of what? They're capable of showing empathy, human kindness. It says rats show human-like kindness in helping their trapped pals. Okay, so
They would make a good spy detective.
what? I saw that. That's why I told her to stop.
These
Okay.
rats look perfectly fine.
Do you want me to get you a rat for Valentine's Day?
Yes. I don't have a friend. Yes. I want you to.
And I'm getting you a hedgehog.
I would get it
Can
here.
I get a potbelly?
No.
I get that big.
What would you all do if I showed up? All right, main idea. What's, all right,
I can't have any more pets
get back.
because I have too many
Get
pets.
back with me. Get back with me.
And the blind
All right.
dog that I have would
Get,
probably-
Tegan, get back with me, okay? So what is your main idea? All right, I would say rats are capable of showing empathy and kindness. So if you have not written that, you need to write that for main idea.
What do you do, Wendy?
Okay, why don't you go ahead and start looking in here, looking for a detail that supports that. What does this box say here? The main idea is, okay, what does it say here? Supporting? All right, supporting details are proof for the main idea. These are words found in the text. So you're gonna get those directly from the text. Everyone look back through there, look for the details to support rats showing empathy and kindness. What is something?
Where it went to get a friend instead of the chocolate.
Okay, so
Show empathy. Why did it say no, no, no?
what?
No, they showed distress.
No.
But the very
It's just, I don't know.
no.
That was just, it says by, it gives the title, or it gives the author's name, but I'm not sure why it says that next to it.
No.
All right, moving on. Let's find the detail. So what did you say? What did the rat do instead of choosing the chocolate?
Save the trap monsters.
So he chose his friend and saving his friend over chocolate. So that would be a good point. You can say food or you can say chocolate.
I'm only gonna do
Be a
like
real test if he was hungry.
What? I mean, what if maybe this rat shows? Thank you.
Maybe he was hungry. What if they made him hungry?
Hey. Did you all write that?
He was gonna choose chocolate over me.
I figured somebody would say that.
What?
Hey, I need you guys to write that down. Okay?
Chocolate over me.
She might sometimes, if she's not hungry, choose you.
No, because I could drink red water.
All right, I need somebody who is about finished writing that down to find another detail that supports our main idea.
Luckily, I know how to spell chocolate. When he saw that the trapped one was struggling to get out, signs of distress. He went after.
Okay, so what did you put? That one you said that he chose him over chocolate.
And then over here,
And she's saying that everybody look at, so it's 1, 2, 3 down. Upon seeing. Somebody reread that paragraph for me.
upon seeing and hearing his struggling trapped companion, the free rat showed signs of distress. Sharing the distress of another is the simplest form of empathy observed in humans and animals. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another.
Okay. So he saw his friend
Struggling to get
struggling, and he showed that he was distressed, correct? All right, so can you guys make sure your names are on both of these? You don't, you can put your name on that too. And I'm gonna take all those up and we can finish working on these next week. You guys did a great job.